Hello, and welcome back to my video series, Awakening Intuition, where we pull oracle cards once a month to give us all some invitations to work with our self-love, our self-care, and our mindfulness practices for the month ahead. And for this video, that will be the month of July 2025. This is a really special, exciting video for me because my new deck, Comforting Wisdom, just got here. I just got my advanced copy. If you want to see me unbox it, you can watch the unboxing video on my YouTube channel. And so we're going to pull cards from my brand new deck for this video for the month of July. I am so excited. As usual, we'll also be pulling cards from my other decks, Awakening Intuition and Grief, Grace, and Healing, but we're going to do that towards the end of the video and do our intuition test that we normally do at the beginning towards the end of the video. So hang with me while I pull 3 cards from Comforting Wisdom that will be for all of us for the month of July, and then we'll get our special card pull that's just for you with the intuition test at the end of the video. So let me make some room for this Comforting Wisdom deck. I am so excited about this. And you'll learn more about the deck as I talk about it. It's available for pre-order now, and it's out officially on September 2nd. So I even love the box. It's got all these kind of raised, beautiful images on it. And this deck is about coziness. It's about comfort. It's about coziness. And you can bring any question you have to this deck, any life issue. It comes in this beautiful plush little bag, as all my decks with Inside Editions do. It's got a really detailed guidebook. And there's also messages right on the cards. So if you don't have time for the guidebook or you don't have bandwidth for that, you can get a great message just right on the card. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for July for all of us to work with in the month of July. I'm just going to ask Grief, Grace, and Healing to scooch back for just a second. And then again, we'll do our intuition test at the end. So as you know, I always encourage you to use your own pull method. Pull cards however works best for you. What I like to do is I like to warm the cards up in between my palm chakras, and I'm setting the intention that I can pull 3 cards for the month of July that will really help everyone watching this video better navigate their life during this upcoming month, this next 4 weeks. So I'm going to get my trusty little, that was a blooper. I dropped my glasses. So, they say that people love bloopers in videos. So I'm just going to roll with this little blooper and pick up my glasses, see me in action there. And I almost feel like that's kind of a message for all of us in July, that little blooper. Don't let things stop you. If something's kind of stop and start, or you do something that's a bit of a blooper, or you make a minor mistake, or, something like that, just go with it. Go with the flow of it. Everything's going to work out. Just keep on trucking in the month of July. So I'll put my glasses on, and now we are going to pull cards for the month of July from Comforting Wisdom. And I'm going to pull 3 cards. And as you know, if you've watched these videos, I like to pull cards and I'm looking for a card to really jump out or stick out, kind of stick the landing and let me know, Tanya, I want to be picked. So you're going to see a lot of cards flying around possibly. And I'm looking for one that really grabs my attention. So here we go. Month of July, Comforting Wisdom. Okay, we got one that really popped up and I love this card. It's got a beautiful illo and a beautiful message. That's one card we're going to work with for the month of July. I'll put them all back. And, when I get a bunch of cards come up that way dramatically, I always take the first card. That's how I do my pulls. Now we're going to pull card number 2 for month of July. Again, we're looking for a card to really get our attention. So this is just a single card, but it really stood up a little bit above the others, quite clearly got my attention. Interesting, these are both from the ground suit. So grounding might be a big theme for us all in July. Okay, so now we're going to look for card number 3. Okay, great. This is from the dream suit. And this one really stood up and got our attention. Wow, so big message about being able to dream this month. Okay. I'm so excited to use these cards. I think people are just going to love them. I love them. I'm so excited this deck is out. I need this deck right now. And here we go. We're going to reveal the first cards. First card for all of us for July from the Comforting Wisdom Oracle is indulge a healthy craving. So I'll read this card to you. Give in to healthy, comforting cravings now, like sleeping in late, strolling along the beach, or lingering over lunch with a friend. Discern which cravings are life-affirming and which are a means of avoiding life. Grant yourself a holistic indulgence, whether it's yoga stretches at home or splurging on a spa massage. When you are denied one thing, indulge in something else. Ground by getting what you desire. Okay, so I'm hearing clairaudiently that part of the message from this card is we need pleasure, right? Pleasure fuels us. And even if you're in a time like many people, maybe where you're experiencing some limitation or restriction, that's very common in life. And you could even be in a more extreme cycle of that. Allow yourself to have the healthy pleasures. Allow yourself to get those daily pleasures, like your favorite cup of coffee in the morning or watching your favorite show in the evening. Allowing yourself to have the simple pleasures is a huge theme of this deck. So don't deny yourself pleasure. Find a way to proactively get yourself healthy pleasures in the month of July. It's part of why we are alive as spiritual people, to feel pleasure and joy and contentment and calm and all of those wonderful, nourishing feelings. And I think there's something healing for some people watching the video in July to feeling like, I can go out and co-create joy and pleasure for myself, even in tiny micro ways throughout the day. It gives me a sense of healthy control about my life, that I can give myself this. And I think with some people who might be experiencing a lot of abundance watching the video, don't feel guilty about having your pleasure. Don't feel like you have to work all the time. Give yourself some time off. Give yourself some healthy indulgence, some relaxation, rest time. The other message of this card is not to take things too far with that. Don't use pleasure as a way to block out or numb out to life or numb out to your issues. So I think one thing I'm hearing with this card is we're looking in July for a mindfulness practice with pleasure. How can we get pleasure and contentment and all the good stuff that we're craving in life in a mindful way, in a balanced way? I love that. And I think that pleasure gives us a cushion to deal with the other parts of life that are maybe a little harder. When we can give ourselves something good, it's easier to look at the more difficult things in life and even roll up our sleeves and deal with them. Okay, great message for July. I also love this message, which is also from the ground suit. So Comforting Wisdom has 3 suits: nurture, ground, and dream, which I think are really important facets of our life. So we pulled 2 cards from the ground suit. So that tells me right away that grounding and kind of being practical, getting all your earthy stuff together, whether it's your pleasure or handling the details of responsibilities, staying grounded is going to be really important in July. The second card is remember you're never alone. Self-love is a wise reminder that you always have someone special in your life, you. Cultivate that foundational friendship with yourself now. Connect to ancestors and other supportive spiritual forces to feel held. Mingle in heart-centered ways with pets, neighbors, friends, coworkers, and family. Champion a collective cause close to your heart. Send a message from your heart to the universe, asking for comforting companionship. So this card is a reminder that I think we can sometimes feel alone, but we never really are alone in a spiritual sense, because we always have angels and guides and ancestors from the other side around us. I heard for some people watching this video in July, it's a reminder that those angels and guides and ancestors are closer than ever. When we really need to feel that love or we need extra practical support in our life, they kind of cluster in close around us. To protect us, to make us feel comforted, and to send us resources and help in practical, grounded ways. So that is a message for July. And also I'm hearing, don't be afraid to reach out. It's comforting to reach out to pets, neighbors, friends, family, coworkers. I think having those again, I think July is almost a month of micro interactions, micro pleasures. You know, can I have just a quick text with an old friend that makes me feel so heart-centered, that gets all that warm heart energy going in me. These don't have to be huge things in July you're doing to connect with people, but just these small ways you connect with people in a heart-centered way. Again, that's another reason we're alive. So there's a theme for me forming for July where we're identifying some of the good stuff in our life and trying to clear a path to experience that even more, the pleasure, the connection, the heart energy. And we're being very mindful about that. That gives us more fortitude, I'm hearing, to feel like we can be strong, stand our ground, deal with difficult things, is to really emphasize the good stuff. Okay, now you're going to love card number 3. This is from the Dream Suit. And the fun thing about the Dream Suit is it is a reminder that dreams are so important. We are spiritual co-creators here. Each individual souls, we're meant to dream, we're meant to go after our dreams, and we're meant to share our dreams with the collective to help others as well and be of service. So dreams are hugely important. And here's the image for the Dream Suit. It's a little owl because wisdom is a theme of this deck. And you're going to love this card for July. Prepare for a breakthrough. Wow, great message. Don't give up on a dream as you're poised on the precipice of a significant breakthrough. Like a plant suddenly breaks through the soil to find itself bathed in sunlight, the toil that's gone on beneath the surface of your dream is soon rewarded. If a dream has been inching forward forever, prepare for a less frustrating, more flowering phase. Leveling up of your dreams and yourself is incoming. I'm hearing for some people watching this video in July, it's almost as if they're starting to see a trickle of some bigger stuff of their dreams coming in, but it feels like not enough yet. Or it's like, oh, this is just a trickle. I need a bigger flow. That is coming. That's the promise of this card. And I'm also hearing for people who have felt kind of stuck or frustrated, maybe even since the beginning of the year, things are going to start chugging forward and churning and moving more forward more swiftly here soon. So this breakthrough, prepare for a breakthrough card is a promise for people. And one of the ways that you can prepare, I think, is maybe in a grounded way, just get all your ducks in a row. You know, get organized, do some cleaning and tidying, prepare projects that you want to launch, you know, whatever it is, it could be a more detailed preparatory month for people realizing that there's greater gains coming in the fall. There's greater gains coming. So I'm getting kind of everything buttoned up and prepared for that. But I want this to be a hopeful promise that for the people that feel like things are just trickling in, or for the people who are like, I'm just kind of stuck, there is a bigger breakthrough. It's coming. I'm hearing it's almost like how you can smell spring on the wind, or you can smell fall in the air. You know, when a new season is coming in your life, you kind of, your body starts to sense it coming. That's what this card is telling us for a lot of people watching this video in July. Better times, different times, interesting changes that you've prayed for, positive things. You can already sense and smell that, just like a new season. It's not quite here yet, but you can already start to see some signs of it. All right. Those are great messages for July. I needed to hear those, and that gives you a little taste of the Comforting Wisdom deck. And like I said, it's available for pre-order now. If you know you want the deck, pre-ordering things is a great way to support authors that you love. And also you can and know that it comes out on September 2nd, which is just right around the corner. So it won't be that long if you pre-order it, that you have to wait for it to actually get into your hands. And now we are going to do the second part of our video, which is the intuition test. So I want you to pause the video if you need to, or just take a moment, and you are going to simply pick a number 1 or 2 with your intuition. So the couple ways your intuition might give you that number. One, you might hear a voice telling you a number in your mind. That is the psychic pathway of clairaudience. You also might see a visual image in your mind, like the number 2 as an image in your mind's eye. That's the psychic pathway of clairvoyance. Another way you might get this number is you might, every time I say those numbers 1 or 2, you might really feel pulled to that number 2 energetically, like, wow, that number 2 just really crackles for me. My energy body gets excited. That's your psychic pathway of clairsentience or feeling guidance. So whether you're hearing the number, you're seeing the number, or you're getting a feeling about one of the numbers, pick number 1 or 2 now. And what I'm going to do going forward is at the end of the general messages for July, you get your special message. And sometimes I might pull 2 cards from Grief, Grace, and Healing. I might pull 2 cards from Awakening Intuition. I might switch them up. I'll be switching up the order of the number 1 and 2, so you really won't know. So take your number now, and I even have a number for myself. And I pulled these cards off camera so that we can get to this fun part of the video a little bit more quickly for you. And I will now reveal number 1, the first card from the cards that I pulled off camera is the card from Grief, Grace, and Healing. And it is the card, you move energy through your body. So if you chose card number 1 with your intuition for July, I want you to move energy through your body, and I am going to read you that card right now. Gentle activity at a pace you can manage might help circulate energy and emotions through you now. This card can also be a reminder to take care of your physical health during your grieving process. Remember, this card, this deck is made for people who are grieving something, but this is just a general message for us about moving our body. Tidying the house, taking a stretch class, or walking outside, or having someone else take you for a drive or stroll is uplifting. Don't overexert. Caring for the physical body grounds your energy. So for people who chose card number 1 with their intuition, you chose the card from Grief, Grace, and Healing, which is a great deck when you're in a transformational phase. This is a card that reminds us to take really good care of our physical body. So that's a reminder for you in July. And it's also a reminder that if you're able to move about and have that mobility, use it. Because I think that there is going to be something going on in July where people might feel an excess of energy and emotions. It might be that the collective has a lot of energy and emotions you're picking up as a sensitive person. It might be that you have a lot of energy. Maybe it's really positive. You're really going after your dreams and you've got a lot of energy. Or it could even be that you're healing something from the past. A wound from the past is coming up and it's asking for more healing, and you're doing that work and you're needing to move the energy and emotions through you. So the interesting thing about gentle exercise or tidying, moving your physical body, however you like to do it, it's good for your physical body and your physical health. It's also good for your energy body. It's good for your mind. It helps you process through emotions and release them. It helps you process through energy and release excess energy. So that's the card for the people who chose card number 1. For the people who chose card number 2, you chose a card from Awakening Intuition, and you chose Avoid Numbing Out. You may be overwhelmed or overstimulated lately, or stressed out and emotional, causing you to feel drained or anxious. Instead of numbing out and checking out with shopping, binge watching, or alcohol, employ more engaging, healthy ways of helping your sensitive nervous system catch a break. Don't numb out to your 6th sense. So this is a card from Awakening Intuition for the people who chose card number 2 for July with your intuition. Numbing out is a very common thing that sensitive people do, because sensitive people are hyperperceptive. They pick up on more on the physical stimuli around them. They feel the energy and emotions of others in their own system. So sometimes it's just all too much and you're overwhelmed, you're overstimulated. I think this could even be for people who chose card number 2. There's a specific issue in your life that's overwhelming. Some issue you've got to deal with that you're kind of dreading dealing with, or something that's not quite going your way. And there could be a tendency to almost just kind of want to numb out to life a little bit. Like, oh, let me just binge watch this show, or let me get lost in shopping, or let me have too many glasses of wine. If one glass of wine is fine for me, I'm having 3 or something like that. So remember, one way that you can get a break and get healthy escape from issues in your life, which you need, is through other methods besides overdoing things that when you do them in moderation, like watching your favorite show, it's really healing and connecting. So, I'm hearing for people, if card number 2 resonated for you, I think you might need a healthy escape activity that you do to give you some gentle space from issues in your life that are overwhelming. And I hear it could be something with your creativity. So something with your hands, something with your creativity, something where you can get lost. It's really engaging for you. And it's something that is proactive. It could be cooking, it could be gardening, it could be coloring books, it could be writing, it could be painting, it could be dancing, but it's something that's kind of engaging instead of something that you're just passively doing, and it has kind of a numbing quality. Especially for people who chose card number 2, I'm hearing creative hobbies and activities could be really healing in the month of July and help you cocoon in kind of a healthy way. So thank you so much for being here with me for this video. I know we kind of switched up the order of how we do things, and we had our little whoopsie there, but there's going to be a Mercury retrograde in July. So that might have been that reminder from Spirit that, hey, yeah, it'll be Mercury retrograde. Some weird little glitches might happen. But just keep going forward, and always is good when Mercury retrograde hits in July. I think it hits in the middle of the month. We're probably already feeling that energy. Give yourself some space to reflect, review, and revise things in your life. Mercury retrograde is a time to slow down a bit. And don't be afraid of the whoopsies that happen. It's just bumps in the road. Keep trucking. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me. And I'll see you next time in our video for August, when I will have some really exciting information about a course I am doing with the Shift Network. You might have heard of them. They're a very famous online mystical school. And in September, I'll be doing a 7-week course on psychic development. People always ask me to do a class like that. I've never been able to say I have one. Now I do, with this wonderful place, the Shift Network. They're very warm people. I'm really honored to be working with them. And in August, I'll have a link and a sign up and all kinds of fun free things I'm offering as well. So until then, I want you to have a really gentle July is the word I'm hearing. So make July a really gentle month for you. And I'll see you back here soon.